Hello friends, the next topic of 555 timer and its applications is monostable multivibrator. It is again very important from examination point of view. In monostable multivibrator, we have this circuit. This is the circuit diagram with 555 timer, where pin number 2 is used as a triggering circuit, a triggering element or triggering terminal. Pin number 6, 7 are shorted, and we have a capacitor and resistance connected from supply like this, right? Initially this triggering signal is kept high. Signal is kept high. When triggering signal is kept high at level of VCC, when this pin is held at VCC, so voltage at node B is VCC by 3. Output of this comparator is low. When output of this comparator is low, Q bar is high. Output of Q bar is high means output of this will be low, and this pin number 7 is connected to ground. So when pin number 7 is connected to ground internally through this, when we have triggering signal at VCC, pin number 7 is connected to ground, so voltage across capacitor is 0. So I mean to say, when triggering signal is high, pin number 7 is connected to ground, voltage at C is, voltage across capacitor is 0, and voltage at output terminal is 0. Output terminal of timer of 0 is 0, because it is high, it is 0, right? So output is 0. At certain point of time, what I do, I apply negative going pulse, means I reduce the triggering voltage to 0 suddenly. I reduce the triggering voltage of pin number 2 to 0 suddenly. What will happen? When I reduce this to 0, that is a negative going pulse. So voltage at inverting terminal becomes less than the voltage at node B, which is nothing but VCC by 3. Please see here carefully. Voltage at node A, that is nothing but 2 by 3 VCC, and voltage at node B is 1 by 3 VCC. Why? Because voltage at node B is voltage across resistance R divided by 3 R into VCC. Similarly, so that is 1 by 3 VCC. Voltage at node A is what? 2R divided by 3R into VCC. So that is 2 by 3 VCC. So when I apply negative going pulse like this, voltage at inverting terminal of comparator 2 falls below the voltage at node B, which is VCC by 3. So the output of comparator becomes low. Output of comparator becomes high. Comparator 2 becomes high. When output of comparator becomes high means the flip-flop is set. Flip-flop set means Q becomes high, Q bar becomes low. When Q bar is low, output becomes high, output of the timer becomes high, and this transistor is driven to cutoff state. So pin number 7 will be isolated. At this point. The moment pin number 7 is isolated, that means capacitor is disconnected from ground, and the current starts flowing from this path to this, and the capacitor starts charging. Fine. So the voltage across, now the capacitor starts charging from VCC through R, so capacitor starts charging. At certain instant of time, and output remains high. At certain point of time, voltage across capacitor reaches at level of 2 VCC by 3. The moment voltage across capacitor reaches at 2 VCC by 3, that means voltage at pin becomes is trying to become more than 2 VCC by 3. So the moment voltage at this point becomes more than 2 VCC by 3, which is nothing but same as voltage at node A, the output of the comparator becomes high. When the output of comparator is high, the flip-flop is reset. Reset means Q becomes 0, Q bar becomes 1. When Q bar is 1, this becomes 0, this is reset, the Q1 is driven to saturation, pin number 7 is connected to ground, so output becomes 0, and pin number 7 is connected to ground means voltage of capacitor is suddenly reduced to 0 when pin number 7 is connected to ground. So this is nothing but voltage across capacitor, so capacitor is discharged suddenly, and this state remains continuously same, and this period is irrespective of the period of the negative going H, right? So this is T dash, right? So this and this, these are not same. So what I mean to say, this period of the pulse at output of timer can be controlled by using what? By using this period, by using this period, right? So now let us see what will be this period width of the pulse. So voltage across capacitor as a function of time is given by Vc infinity minus Vc infinity minus Vc0 minus e raised to power minus t by R into C, where R is this resistance, C is this resistance. What is Vc infinity? Vc infinity means that is the voltage across capacitor which is at steady state, and that will be Vcc. So Vc infinity is nothing but voltage across capacitor at t is equal to infinity, which is Vcc here, right? Vc0 minus is what? Vc0 minus is nothing but initial voltage, which is 0 because it was connected to ground initially, right? So I can write this voltage across capacitor is nothing but Vcc minus Vcc e raised to power minus t by Rc. But at, you take this time, this t equal to 0 as reference time. We are taking this as reference. So at t is equal to capital T, what is voltage across capacitor? That is 2 by 3 Vcc. So this gives 2 by 3 Vcc equal to Vcc minus Vcc e raised to power minus capital T, because this is at capital T. So minus t by capital Rc. So Vcc will be cancelled out. So this gives what? That gives e raised to power minus t by Rc, that is equal to what? You can take this on this side. So that is 1 by 3, or this gives t equal to what? That is Rc into ln3. So this is the period of the pulse, and ln3 is how much? The value of ln3 is 1.1. So this is equal to 1.1 into Rc. That is the period of this pulse. So by controlling the value of, by changing the value of R and C, we can control the width of this pulse, that is output of the monostable multivibrator. So that finishes your monostable multivibrator. Monostable multivibrator has got some applications like linear ramp generator, pulse width modulator, frequency divider, missing pulse detector, and so on. There are some of the applications. So that finishes the application of 555 timer, that is monostable multivibrator.